All right, welcome back. In our journey through first principles thinking, we've gotten really good at deconstructing problems, right? But what happens when that pure, clean logic smacks right into the messy, real world? Well, that's what we're tackling today in Chapter 8, Constraints.
It is so great to have you with us for this course from the bventure.com Academy. We're all about mastering these powerful concepts in tech and business, and I'm thrilled you're here for this next step. So, we've learned the art of breaking things down to their absolute fundamental truths. But here's the thing. Theory is one thing. The real world is, well, it's a whole different ballgame. It's messy. So what happens when our perfect, elegant process collides with reality? Let's find out.
You know, our first set of challenges isn't actually out there in the world. It's right here, inside our own heads. We're talking about cognitive biases, those little mental shortcuts our brains take that can trip up even the smartest, most rigorous thinkers.
I mean, really think about that for a second. What if the biggest obstacle you face isn't the problem itself, but your own way of thinking about it? Before we can break anything down, we have to be sure our own mind isn't building walls. Let's look at 3 of the biggest culprits.
First up, confirmation bias. Oh, this one's a doozy. It's our brain's natural desire to find and pay attention to information that proves what we already believe. When you're trying to find ground truth, this is like poison, because you might build your whole beautiful analysis on a foundation that was flawed from the very start.
Next up, anchoring bias. You've definitely felt this one. It's when the very first piece of information you hear, like the first price someone offers for a car, anchors your thinking. Every single thought after that is judged against that first number, making it incredibly difficult to see the situation with fresh eyes. And number 3 is overconfidence bias. This one is so sneaky but so dangerous. It's when you're just so sure you've got this, you're so confident in your skills that you totally underestimate how complex the problem really is. And that can lead to huge critical oversights. So here's the big takeaway from all this. You can't just turn these biases off. They're wired into us. But just being aware that they exist, that is a legitimate superpower. It gives you the power to hit pause, to question your own thinking, and to keep your analysis honest and objective.
Okay, so we've taken a look inward. Now it's time to look outward. We've dealt with our minds. Now let's deal with the world around us. These are the practical, real-world constraints that tell us how, when, and where we can apply first principles thinking.
We can pretty much sort these outside hurdles into 2 big buckets. On one side, you have resource-based constraints. This is stuff like time, money, people, and good information. On the other side, you have context-based constraints, which is all about the environment the problem lives in. Let's break them down.
Okay, let's talk resources. Time is the big one, isn't it? First principles thinking is deep work, not fast work, and that's tough when the deadline was yesterday. Then you've got people. Do you actually have a team with all the right expertise? And finally, information. Your entire analysis is built on data. If that data is shaky, your foundation is basically sand. Now, this is where things get really interesting. The context. See, problems don't exist in a vacuum. They're all tangled up in these super complex, interconnected systems. A brilliant principle today could be totally irrelevant tomorrow because the world moves so fast. And maybe, most importantly, you can't forget the human element. Culture, emotions, social norms. A purely logical approach often misses what actually makes people tick.
So, we've looked at the hurdles in our minds and the hurdles out in the world. But there's one more massive challenge: scaling up. How do you take this amazing tool for individual thinking and get an entire team or a whole company to use it effectively?
So why is this so tough? Well, there are 3 huge barriers. First, not everyone's going to do it with the same level of rigor, so you get inconsistent results. Second, how do you even write down and share these deep aha moments? It's not easy. And finally, the big one, resistance to change. People and companies love doing things the way they've always been done.
So, after going through all of these challenges, you might be feeling a little discouraged. But don't be. I want you to reframe this. Because understanding the limitations of a tool isn't a sign of weakness. It's the ultimate sign of mastery.
Now really, think about that. A novice just learns how to use a tool. A master understands when to use it, how to adapt it, and, this is critical, when to choose a different tool entirely. That deep awareness is what separates the good from the truly great.
This quote from the source material just nails it. When we recognize these challenges, we're not being negative, we're being realistic. We become better problem solvers. We become adaptable. We become strategic.
And that brings us to the end of Chapter 8, but our journey is not over. In our final lesson, Chapter 9, we're going to take everything, the deconstruction, the biases, the constraints, and learn how to integrate it all into one powerful, cohesive way of thinking. You are not going to want to miss the finale.
Now, to help you really lock in everything we've talked about today, don't forget to check out the extra resources for this chapter. We've got quizzes, detailed notes, and a really cool infographic waiting for you. Just find the link in the description or pop over to bventure.com.
And hey, if this lesson helped you, if you had a little light bulb moment, it would mean a lot if you hit that like button. And of course, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any more courses like this one.
Before you head out, I've got a question for you. Of all the constraints we covered today, from the biases in our heads to the complexities of the real world, which one was the most surprising or eye-opening for you? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. Thanks so much for learning with me today, and I'll see you in our final chapter.